All right, today we're talking about speed, and I don't just mean making things a little bit faster. We're talking about a huge shift in how we interact with artificial intelligence. We are going to unpack the big announcement from OpenAI about Codex Spark, a tool that really promises to change how we code, create, and collaborate by making AI feel, well, instant.
You know that feeling, right? You're deep in the zone, working on something, you ask your AI for help, and then you wait. Yeah, it's only a few seconds, but that's all it takes to break your concentration. That little lag, that latency, it's been one of the biggest hurdles to making AI feel like a true seamless partner. But then, on February 12th, 2026, OpenAI dropped a huge announcement. They didn't just tip their hat to the problem. No, they released a direct, powerful solution that's designed to make that wait time just disappear.
So what is all the buzz about? It's a brand new model called GPT-5.3-Codex Spark. And hey, don't let that long name trip you up. This is not just another minor update. It's a completely different, leaner version of their main coding model, and it was built from the ground up for one thing and one thing only: pure, unadulterated speed.
And here's the number that's got everybody talking: over 1,000 tokens per second. Let's be really clear. This isn't a small improvement. It is a massively forward in how responsive an AI can be. This is the difference between having a real-time, back-and-forth conversation versus, waiting for a fax to come through.
So what exactly are tokens per second?
Well, the easiest way to think about it is like the AI's words per minute. And 1,000 tokens per second is so fast that you stop feeling like you're waiting on a machine. It starts to feel more like you're working with a partner who can literally think and type at superhuman speed.
Now, this part is really important. Codex Spark is not here to replace its bigger, more powerful brother, GPT-5.3 Codex. Think of it this way. OpenAI is handing us two different tools for two very different jobs. The big, heavy-duty model is for those deep, complex problems that need a lot of thought. But for that quick, interactive, back-and-forth work, that is where Spark absolutely shines.
Okay, 1,000 tokens per second is an incredible number. So how in the world did they manage to do that? Let's pop the hood for a minute and take a closer look at what's making all this speed possible.
The number one enemy of any real-time system is something called latency. We've all felt it, that super annoying delay on a video call that just kills the flow of conversation. Well, Codex Spark was engineered from the start to hunt down and completely eliminate that lag from our interactions with AI.
And a massive piece of this puzzle isn't just software, it's the hardware. This incredible performance is powered by a brand new partnership between OpenAI and a company called Cerebras, who build these highly specialized AI computer chips.
And this analogy just hits the nail on the head. Think of the standard GPUs that power most AI as powerful pickup trucks. They're super versatile, they're strong, they're great all-rounders. But the Cerebras hardware? That's a Formula One car. It's not designed to do everything. It is a specialized machine built for one single purpose: mind-bending speed with the lowest possible delay.
But look, a fast chip is only part of the story. To get that truly instant feeling, OpenAI had to re-engineer their entire system, from the moment you hit the enter key to the second you see that first word pop up on screen. And what's really cool is that these improvements don't just help Spark, they actually make all of their models feel faster.
I mean, just look at these numbers. They managed to cut the communication overhead, the back-and-forth chatter, by a whopping 80%. The cost to process every single token is down by 30%. And maybe the most important one for how it actually feels to use, the time to first token, that's how fast you start seeing an answer, is cut in half. This is a top-to-bottom obsession with speed.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the how. Now let's get to the most important question, the why. Why does this matter? Beyond the impressive specs, what does all this speed actually mean for you, for me, for developers, for everyone using these tools?
I think Sean Lai, the CTO over at Cerebras, said it best. He said, "This isn't just about making what we already do faster. It's about discovering entirely new ways to work, creating new interaction patterns, and he calls it a fundamentally different experience with AI." I love that.
So what does that actually look like? Well, imagine you're coding with an AI, and you can just interrupt it, correct it, or change direction on a whim, just like you would with a human colleague. Imagine trying out 10 different creative ideas in the time it used to take to test just one. It's less like giving an order and waiting, and more like a true conversation where you can make a tiny change and see the result right now.
And if you're excited to try this for yourself, the good news is Codex Spark is rolling out right now. It's starting off as a research preview for ChatGPT Pro users, which gives the community a chance to really play with it and give feedback while OpenAI gets all this specialized hardware scaled up.
So where is all of this headed? This release isn't really the finish line. It feels a lot more like the start of a whole new chapter in our relationship with artificial intelligence.
What this really shows us is OpenAI's two-part vision for the future. On one side, you've got this real-time instant collaboration for fast, creative, in-the-moment work. And on the other, you still have that deep, long-horizon reasoning for those huge, complex tasks that might take hours or even days to figure out.
But here's the ultimate goal: to blend these two modes together so you don't even notice them. Imagine you're working with an AI in this super fast creative session, and while you're doing that, it's also crunching away on some massive complex problem for you in the background. You get instant feedback and deep analysis all at the same time, without ever having to choose between speed and power.
And that leaves us with this one last really fascinating question. For all of human history, our tools have had a delay. A painter waits for paint to dry, a writer waits for the ink. For the first time, we're building a tool for our minds that can respond as fast as we can think. So the real question isn't just how our work will change, but when our tools are instantaneous, how will our actual ideas change? Now that is the truly exciting frontier.